Hi guys, the other day I made this chorizo and kidney bean soup and it was so tasty and really healthy, full of vegetables, really hearty, and above all it was very easy to do as well and it took no time. Start off with 200 grams of chorizo and cut it into medallions. Then take your chorizo medallions and add them to a heavy base saucepan over a really low heat. The lower the heat the better because it'll render out a lot more of the chorizo fat that'll be really flavoured with garlic and paprika. Leave that on low for a few minutes while you go and chop up your veg. I'm starting off with 5 of these small carrots, but maybe 3 normal sized ones. And just chop them into small little chunks. Set them aside while you chop up your onions. To do this correctly, take an onion that's been halved through the root and make 2 or 3, if you've got room, horizontal cuts almost down to the root. Then slice it vertically, going almost down to the root as well, as many slices as will fit. Now slice it vertically again, but this time going from the top of the onion all the way down to the root. Reserve these with your carrots and do 3 onions in total. Now chop up 3 sticks of celery and reserve with your carrots and onions. Now the chorizo should be nice and crisp and should have left a nice bit of fat there to fry your vegetables in, but first you're going to scoop out all that chorizo. That oil is going to have such nice flavour from the chorizo, really garlicky and spiced with paprika and salty, really nice. So go ahead and add your vegetables to it. Give them a good stir in that oil before you clamp the lid on and let them sweat for about 5 minutes. So while they're sweating, go ahead and chop up your garlic. I'm using quite a lot of it here, about 7 small cloves. You can use less if you'd like, but this recipe can take it, I think. A good way of finely mincing garlic that's already been roughly chopped is, if you're right-handed, hold the knife in your right hand and weigh the tip of the knife down with the fingers of your left hand and just run the blade over the garlic like so. Now I'm going to add a good lot of thyme leaves to this garlic, about a tablespoonful, which is actually a lot of thyme leaves. Give it one last run over with the knife to make sure that it's all finely chopped. Now in a pestle and mortar, grind up about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. When they're all nicely ground, go ahead and add about a teaspoon of black peppercorns and grind them up as well. These don't have to be ground too finely, but make sure that all the peppercorns are at least cracked. Add a teaspoon of smoked paprika and about a teaspoon of red chili flakes and mash them up with the cumin and black pepper. Once your veg have had their time sweating, add in your garlic and thyme and mix it in. Next, you're going to mix in your spices, followed by 1 tin of tomatoes, and mix those in as well until all the veg are coated in the tomato. Now add a can of kidney beans that have been drained and rinsed. Add back in the chorizo and a litre of chicken stock. If you'd like, you can hold back some of the chorizo to garnish the bowls with afterwards, but I didn't bother. Check for seasoning and adjust if necessary. Bring it up to a gentle simmer and clamp the lid on and leave it for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, give it one last mix up before ladling it out into bowls. Serve it with a little sprinkling of fresh parsley and enjoy. This soup really was so delicious and really good for you as well. I know chorizo isn't the healthiest ingredient, but you use 200 grams of it and you get a big, huge pot of soup. Thanks a million for watching, guys. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below and give me a like as well. And you can find me on social media. All the links to my accounts are in the description, as is the link to my blog where you'll find the full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.